Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're gonna love it.
Your seat has some air in the cushion.
It does have a little bit of
It didn't do it that
air in the cushion there.
It didn't do it that time.
No, not as loud.
No.
So, but, hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Biker Podcast. I said I wasn't going to do the introduction this time.
You did, but it's all right.
It's already done.
My name is Daniel. I am here as always. We have the lovely Muffin.
Hi, y'all.
And we have the YouTube famous Marcus Kilgore.
Why am I YouTube famous? I've made one YouTube video. It's been seen by 71 people.
On not just that YouTube video.
Okay. Explain to the people listening in case they don't know.
A couple weeks ago, the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel came down to White Lightning Harley Davidson to have two of their...
We talked about that on the show, though.
I know, but
okay.
You said for the people that don't know.
Okay, recap.
Yeah.
Recap.
That is what he said. They had two police Harley Davidsons that needed to get a little bit of work done, and our lovely Marcus, the marketing manager over there at White Lightning Harley Davidson, was showing them around the shop, and he was their liaison.
Yes. I made the statement after they got done filming about I would probably be in the video because there was a couple times that they were filming me directly. I didn't realize that the time spent at the dealership, I'm in 80% of the footage from the dealership.
Yeah, you're in most
I'm also
of the
mentioned by name.
Yes, you are. Which is, like I said, YouTube famous.
Yes.
Because they have, 1.5, 1.6 million followers?
Actually, it's 1.35 million followers.
Okay.
Don't overinflate it. But that video, as of last
at that point, you can just round.
The video, as of last night, had 180,000 views.
Well,
So 180,000 people have seen you talk.
yeah.
Yes.
And we're going to get nobody to listen to us anymore.
Yes. I really wish I had on a podcast t-shirt. But
we at least gave them podcast t-shirts.
I was doing it
True.
for the dealership,
Yeah.
not for the podcast.
You're a man of many hats, and unfortunately that hat you had to wear was the dealership that day.
Yes. But we are going to, if you've seen our YouTube video, if you go, man, that wasn't that quality of a video, we're trying, first of all. I have a lot of high-end people in production that I have contacts with, that I have spoke to. You know, two of them have watched the video and been like, hey, for your first time with basic editing tools and what you had, it was pretty decent.
I would say less than basic editing tools.
Yeah, less than basic editing tools. For those of you that have ever tried to use the standard Microsoft video editor that comes preloaded on a PC, that's what I use to edit it with.
The stuff they give you for free because they know it's not worth it.
Yeah, the music was literally like Google royalty-free music. But after I made the video and I had it loaded, one of the people were like, "Yeah, so in YouTube Creator Studio," and I was like, What?
Where was this?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So, but what's funny is if you go and watch White Lightning's YouTube video that I made the same day that I posted after, the video quality is around the same.
Yeah.
But the way it's wrote and posted, and it's actually a little easier to find, it's because I was given some advice between posting the two different videos.
But like we've said before, we're gonna try to branch out into doing YouTube and getting videos uploaded for you guys to actually watch, so you know what we look like and you don't just get to hear our lovely voices every Monday.
Yes.
But at the same time, this is a learning process for both of us, going through
Absolutely.
this, figuring out exactly what we need to do it, because it's easy to get lost and
definitely
stuck down a rabbit
too,
hole.
for anybody that's ever went back and listened, all the way back to episode 1 and listened to the podcast. you can tell it was a learning process at the beginning of this podcast on developing it. And we're still in a learning process of recording this because literally, Jeremy has recorded with us. So he's seen our setup and it's like, that's your setup. Maggie, who's been around major productions, and I set this up and she's like, this is it? And I was like, this is it. And it's mind blowing because it's, could it be 1,000 times better on the audio and stuff like that? Yeah.
Yeah. But it's all about spending that money to get the equipment to do it.
Well, we also have pretty good audio and recording for what we have.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And for being as mobile as it is.
It's extremely mobile.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing. We could do the whole process, set up a studio, have, wired in mics to a laptop. We could do that.
Yeah.
But for what we do and we move around, we're in different locations.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're not always here in this studio. We may be at the dealership or we may be
one day we'll have a home-based studio. I don't want to say home studio because that makes it sound like it's a studio at home.
Okay.
It might not be.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could get things worked out logistically, we could have a studio space at the dealership or something of that nature.
Which is almost considered a home for you. You do basically live there.
Yeah, I'm still not there as much as I am there. Like I'm not there.
I'm glad I'm not signing your paychecks.
I'm not there. I'm not there more. I'm not there more than I am there. No, I get it. But on the same note, for what I do, I don't have to be there to be working either. Because like this coming Saturday, I'm not going to be there, but I'm still going to be working.
True.
That is true.
So for those of you that may be listening to this, Jeremy very specifically, because he said he wants to go, you better go with us. Anybody local to us, we're going to go ride the Skyway on Saturday, September 10th. That following Sunday, anybody local to us, you've heard us talk about it before. We're a huge supporter of first responders and the military. At White Lightning that morning, we at the dealership are also huge supporters of first responders and the military. We're going to be having a 9/11 ceremony starting promptly at 8:46 a.m. I've had people ask me why 8:46 a.m. Well, my response to that is a bunch of people on a flight didn't expect to have their plane crash into the South Tower at 8:46 a.m. either. So
absolutely,
if you're too much of a butt to wake up that morning to pay respect and honor, then
that's on them.
Did I just alienate a bunch of our listeners?
I'd hope not.
I don't.
And honestly, if
doubt
that
it.
alienating people,
I don't care.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't care.
But the ride on Saturday the 10th, kickstand's up at 9 o'clock.
Yep.
You didn't say that. I wanted to make sure if anybody is going based on listening to us and not the other media blasts that White Lightning does, 9 o'clock is when we're leaving.
Yeah.
So if you get there at 9:15, we'll probably still be there, but
we're waiting on Blake to go get
we're
there.
waiting on Blake.
And if you are paying attention to the media blast from the dealership and you go, I didn't see anything. It's not my fault.
It's Facebook.
It's Facebook. They're not refreshing people's stuff. Whatever. Anyways, this episode is part 2 to the Spertster.
The Spertster.
So we left off with Daniel's statement that was in 2021, Harley Davidson released the all-new Sportster S.
Yep.
Now, you heard me say something about YouTube, and if you're going, I don't know what you're talking about.
What's YouTube?
You can go to our Facebook and find the video. Is probably honestly going to be the easiest way. Because if you search it, you still might be hard to find it. But it's labeled under, this is definitely not a beginner motorcycle. You can search the Daily Biker podcast on YouTube, though, and find the channel and watch the video. Me and Daniel went out and were able to ride a 2021 Sportster 1250S.
Yep. And I will say, if you are looking for the video on Facebook and going to our Facebook page, the thumbnail for the video does not show up. For whatever reason, we could not figure it out.
Yeah, I don't...
But if you click on the link, it will take you to YouTube and you can watch the video.
Yeah, I don't know.
Both of us...
If you go to the channel, the thumbnail shows.
Exactly, but it doesn't show on Facebook. For whatever reason...
Well, it's my first time.
That's what that video should have been called.
Right.
My first time.
My first time.
So let's dive in. Daniel, Sportster S.
So...
Oh, I will say this, because I forgot. We made some immediate first impressions.
Yes, we did.
Okay. So the immediate first impressions will be tagged in right here. Just how it is. Anyways, yes. So we just got back, test ride.
Yep.
2021 Sportster S.
Oh, it was a 2021?
It is a 2021 Sportster S. Hopefully I get the video, can get some editing done, even if it's a short little video.
Yeah, because I know the camera sort of slid down and fell at one point.
Yeah, but I'm going to kind of clip some stuff together. There's parts where I'm trying to yell at it, just so you can kind of hear what I'm saying. When I first left the gas station, I was screaming at the microphone about the fact that it has 121 horsepower. I don't remember the exact torque number, but we'll just say just under 100 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah.
On something that small, that light.
I got to say, so I have not ridden a motorcycle with the RevMax engine in it.
Yeah.
And so that's my first experience on it. Good night. It's got some pep to it. And it lets you rev it out.
Oh, see, that's the thing. You really need to ride a Pan America, because although the Pan America has more power, that thing will murder a Pan America.
Oh, I don't doubt that. I mean, I was impressed. I've ridden sport bikes, 150 horsepower sport bikes. And that's, if it weren't for the driving position, the riding position, you could really...
And see, that was a big thing. Like, so when we got on the interstate when I was riding and we come back, I'm like, this power that this bike has in it, because I was catching a lot of wind on my chest.
Yeah.
So the power that this bike has in it, if it was in a full fairing sport bike or even a naked sport bike like the Bronx, how they promised us for so long, it would be so much.
I think it'd be
better.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think that the seating position, for me at least, being...
Well, no, I agree. The seating position is crap for me as well.
And I don't like the forward controls, but that's a personal preference. Somebody might like them.
I didn't think the forward controls were that bad. I just really wish... I kept going, I wish it had rear sets. But once again, that's going more towards that full-on sport bike setup.
Yeah, which this bike is not made to do in its current iteration.
So, power.
Like I said, I was impressed. I was expecting it to be like the other Harleys that I've ridden at this point. It would clean the floor with any of them.
Yeah, it is literally the current, based on riding, it is the current fastest production bike that they make. I mean...
and that was the other thing too, the RevMax engine actually being able to rev it out to 9,000 RPM. And it does it just fine.
And you saw how it did when we got next to each other. And we're talking about, I know my bike.
Yeah.
And you're just gone. Yeah.
And this is the first time I've ever ridden it. We were 2.5 miles into riding the bike.
Yeah.
Just walk. I mean, not even a chance.
It's so intense. It's so...
Well, the speed comes on quick on that bike too.
Yeah. Well, it's so different than anything they've ever done. That bike gets me really, really excited.
For the potential of the future.
Right. I mean, because imagine if they did that's at 1250. Now imagine if they did a RevMax like 1500 or 1600.
I don't think they need to though.
Yeah, but just
I know it'll happen because, everybody wants to see bigger numbers.
Well, so the thing is you're talking about, you put it in something like a bagger, double the weight. You're not going to have that same thrill
It's not that it's not
True.
going to be fast, but it's not going to be like it was
True.
there.
True. But I don't think a big bagger needs to be that fast.
Yeah, but if you bump, what I'm saying is bump that displacement,
Yeah.
300, 400 cc's, that's it.
But you say that
Throw it in a
at
bagger.
the same time, think about the version of the RevMax that's in the Pan.
So-
150 horsepower, what's it, 120 foot-pounds of torque?
Yeah, the thing is, it's like that in the Pan America, the numbers are more, but I put some saddle time in a Pan
Yeah.
America. It's not, it's
What-
completely different world.
But it's not designed to be a sport bike
Yeah.
like the Sportster.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm saying it. The Sportster is designed to be a sports bike.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to the episode.
All right, that was our immediate first impressions. But now touching base on that again, well, where's your mindset at?
Like I said,
a week later, it's literally been 7 days.
Yeah. I will reiterate it. I love the engine. The engine, the way it delivers its power, I think it's fantastic. The seating position on the Sportster S for me, being 6'3", is not comfortable.
Yeah,
Or the whole ergonomics.
I'm not going to disagree with
the
you.
rider triangle that you fit into, having forward pegs and almost, I'm going to say this, more sport oriented bars.
Yeah.
They're lower, they're kind of forward.
Yeah,
You're kind of closed in, and I'm going to say it hurt my hips. I could not take that bike on a long ride.
yeah, and your hips don't lie.
Yeah. Oh, they definitely don't lie. They hurt most days now. I'm 74 years old. Marcus is 75.
So I want to say that bike's got some power.
Absolutely. Like I said, I absolutely love that engine. The way it delivers the power, how it after 3,000 RPM, it just takes off. But at the same time, it's got enough low down torque that you can get out of the way.
Well, the
pretty
thing
much
is when you say, after 3,000 RPMs it takes off, it's a split second to get to 3,000 RPMs.
Yes.
It's not like, okay, well, eventually I'm going to get to 3,000 and it's going to take off. No, you'll be at 3,000 before you realize you're at 3,000.
But those RPMs climb significantly faster after 3,000.
Yes, they
Or at
do.
least that's what I noticed.
Yes, they climb fast, period.
Yeah.
The whole design of that engine was supposed to be a super fast revving engine anyways.
And they did very well. I'm actually, so this is the first RevMax engine Harley that I've ridden. I know you've ridden both this bike before and the Pan.
And I want to say, this bike is supposed to be somewhere around. Now, I don't know if these numbers are rear wheel numbers or crank numbers. These are the numbers that Harley released. And they didn't say base horsepower or rear wheel horsepower. So I'm going to assume that it's probably base horsepower. But somewhere around 121 horsepower. And I think something like 90 to 95 foot-pounds of torque. Okay. On the Sportster S.
Yeah.
The Pan America is 150 horsepower and somewhere around that 95 to 96 mark
Yeah.
on the torque. Okay. That Sportster S will still wax that Pan America in a drag race.
I don't doubt that. I have not ridden a Pan America, but I highly doubt there are many motorcycles besides super sports
Yeah.
that are going to take on a Sportster S for
Well,
the day.
that Pan America will pull my street glide pretty
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're talking about a bike that has 150 horsepower versus your bike, which is probably, 115, 120, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
And the Pan's lighter-ish.
Yeah.
Not by much, but it is.
Well, no.
Actually, no, it is. Well, because what's it?
we're like 300 pounds lighter.
Yeah, well, 150 horsepower and 300 pounds lighter. That's gonna
Yeah.
That's gonna make a big.
And then with the Sportster though, you're another 100 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's where the Sportster really where that power comes in, because it is a lightweight motorcycle. It feels diminutive when you're riding it. It's not a big bike. It
feels like
big.
you're riding a small motorcycle.
It absolutely does. Which
So-
is why, going back to the ergonomics,
Yeah.
for me and you, as bigger human beings, on the larger scale, above average, as we found out a couple weeks ago when we looked up the average height.
So here's the thing. That engine, not in the same specs, but that engine also comes in the Nightster.
Correct.
The Nightster is more traditional geometry, traditional trail, traditional rake, outboard rear suspension, those types of things. And the bike ends up physically being a little bit bigger. The wheelbase and stuff might be the same, but the seating position, that rider triangle, as you called it, is a little bit more stretched out.
Yeah.
And
more traditional Harley.
Right. I've only rode it around in a parking lot. I haven't been able to get it out on the road. It is more comfortable to me. A lot more comfortable.
Well, and I think what happened, and I'm actually going to commend Harley for doing something. They made the Sportster S like a concept motorcycle. The Sportster S was built to show off the RevMax engine.
The Sportster...
That is what it's there for.
Sportster S was Stewart sitting there going, look at what I can do.
Yeah. Well, it is. It's like everything's kind of all this new technology that's put into this brand new bike. But the key point of it is, look at this brand new engine. Because if you notice, like, the bodywork's very minimal. The seat is minimal. Everything is minimal. You have this beautiful engine and this nice exhaust with the high pipes on the side.
Yeah.
That's what the focus is on. It's not anything else about that bike.
Yeah.
And it almost looks, you could take it and be like, oh yeah, that's a concept drawing someone, a designer drew up. And
it's almost literally like they took the concept.
Yeah.
And just
built it.
But I mean, that being said, you see a lot of these manufacturers like, oh yeah, this is the concept, whatever, car, motorcycle, thing that we're going to build.
Yeah.
And then when it actually comes to production, it looks nothing.
Nothing like
it's...
Well, and if it does look like it, it doesn't perform the way they said it to.
Correct.
We're not going to talk about the Jaguar XJ220. It's not what we're talking about. Because they did say the motorcycle would do this, and it does that, unlike the Jaguar XJ220. That was named because it was supposed to go 220 miles an hour, and the fastest it ever went was 214.
6 miles an hour. They could have done it. They were so close.
Just saying, they should have called it the 210. They didn't want to confuse it with a Datsun. But that's okay, because most people in the world would rather own a Datsun 210 than an XJ220.
I would own a 220. I'd take a Jaguar 220.
I'm sure you would. You have a BMW. You have an affinity for pain. You got vintage Kawasaki's, a BMW,
We're going down the list here.
an 80s Dodge pickup gas burner.
Yes. I also have more carburetor, almost as many carburetors as my age in the garage.
Yeah. Like the nicest and most reliable vehicle. Keep in mind, I'm not saying that your other vehicles aren't nice, but the nicest and most reliable and easy to work on and maintenance-free vehicle out of all your vehicles that y'all own is Stephanie's motorcycle.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. I would never argue that.
Because it's not that
I thought you were
either
gonna
one
say,
of y'all's Volkswagens aren't good cars.
Well, I thought you were going to say the KTM, which is sitting in your living room.
Right.
It's like,
Right. Although the Volkswagens, they're good cars.
They're still complicated.
Her V-Stars is still a more reliable motorcycle.
That bike's going to outlive all of us.
It will. It really will.
Probably.
Yeah. All of our other vehicles are going to be in a junkyard somewhere.
Probably.
Your bike's going to be there. All my other bikes are going to be in a junkyard. Her bike's going to be out there, some teenagers.
My bike's going to be in a museum.
Crumpled up into a little ball.
Crumpled up into a little ball. My bike is going to be in a museum.
He thought he could take it around Laguna Seca.
It's going to be my bike's going to be the Turbises made out of recycled material that you buy in a gift shop.
But back,
Somebody's going to be drinking it and be like, there's a sticker inside my cup.
Why does this taste oily?
So, anyways, So yeah, Sportster S, fun bike.
Absolutely fun bike.
To the person that watched the YouTube video and said that that's his first motorcycle, I applaud you.
More power to you.
But you have to admit that that's a crazy motorcycle for your first bike.
Now, mind you, we rode it in sport mode, which
We
is
did.
an enhanced throttle.
We did. No, it is not an enhanced throttle. That is 100% throttle.
Yes, it is a 1-to-1 ratio on that throttle. Yet I still somehow stall it out coming out of the dealership.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's fine.
I'm used to carburetors.
Yeah.
There's a little bit, I gotta say, that's the only thing I don't like when you get to that throttle-by-wire.
So I wish the Pan America and the Sportster S had more takeoff grunt.
Well,
Because I have stalled the Pan America multiple times because that taking off, you have to rev into it. And I've gotten so used to my bike, I can just let out on the throttle or let out on the clutch and it goes.
Well, and that's how when I ride the Valkyrie, I don't even have to give it any throttle. I just start letting out of the clutch and I'm good to go.
Yeah, I can get to
that
about...
bike was not that
I have
bad.
literally played with it. I can get to about 30 miles an hour on my street glide before I really have to give it any gas.
Yeah.
I can let the clutch out and just go in first and change into second. And in second, it'll start to peak out about 25. I click it into third, and it'll kind of get up to 30, and then it doesn't want to. That's it. It doesn't get enough more than that.
Yeah.
So I have to throttle into it to get it to go. I wish it would just keep going.
We can turn that idle up.
No. But anyways,
Have a 1,500 RPM idle.
Red Max. the current 3 models that are out for the Red Max are the Sportster S, the Nightster 975,
Correct,
and the Pan America. Now, that being said, what do we hope to see coming down the line? And then I want to pose a question to you. Well,
okay.
That 1250S at the power that I had in the Sportster, I want that in a sport bike.
I'm going to be right there with you. That's it, and we've had this discussion multiple times since we rode the Sportster and talked about it. But I absolutely think putting that in a, I'm gonna say this,
fairing or not, but I mean aggressive riding position, rear sets, clip-ons.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean even something like the Buell style bikes of that era, like something that is in that generation, because riding that bike and the way the engine functioned and ran and how it sounded reminded me of my Ducati Monster.
Yeah.
And it's a very similar.
But here's
style.
the thing compared to your Monster. I feel like that Pan America, it almost feels like it just wants to keep going.
Yeah.
Like the computer's doing everything it can to hold it back. Like it literally feels like it's just go, man.
Well, and
whereas the Ducati has a very mechanical feel to it.
Yeah.
And you feel like the engine is holding back some.
Yeah, I mean, we're also talking about something that's the bike that I had is 20 years old now.
Yeah, but I'm even talking about like 696s and 796s and 848s and.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I wouldn't say it's as much of a thing in the 2015 and newer Ducatis.
Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't rode.
But
I walked into a Ducati dealership and sneezed and asked me to leave.
Yeah, you were wearing those shorts and that just doesn't work. You can't show your knees in a Ducati dealership.
Well, I don't give a crap. So, anyways.
But I think that, like I said, that engine, I feel like it's in line with the sport V-twins that are out there.
Yeah.
And the way that it delivers its power, how it does it, and I just hope that the Sportster S is kind of a test mule for the engine itself. This is a proof of concept. If people like this bike, we're going to use this engine going forward.
I don't think it's a proof of concept. I mean, it is what it is. It's not a proof of concept. It's a production.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, look, we put this bike out because the Sportster S came out before the Pan America.
Nope.
Came out before the...
Nope.
Did it not?
Nope.
I thought the Sportster S came out first.
Pan America.
Did it really?
Oh, it did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
We had the Pan America for like 8 months before we saw Sportster S.
Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But even still, putting it in a traditional Harley style.
Yeah, Nightster.
Yeah, the Nightster, yes.
It is your traditional
but I
Harley
would
style.
say the Sportster S, while it is different, I could see someone going into a Harley dealership and looking at it and be like, oh yeah, that looks like a Harley.
Probably because the headlight
Yeah.
shares.
But if they went into a dealership and saw the Pan America, they'd be like, why is there a GS in here?
And it happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It happens.
But that's
still.
what for it's a proof of concept. Will people buy a Harley Davidson bike that looks like a Harley with this new engine? And I obviously, as it's been proven, yes, they absolutely.
Yeah, I say yes, because when you base on like just our dealership, how many bikes we have on the floor for you to choose from, and we still sell the Nightster and the Sportster S.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say too,
And the
like
Pan America.
the party you guys had.
Although we only have one pan for sale.
I'm sorry, not party. The swap meet you guys had last weekend.
Yeah.
I was in the dealership. I was walking around. I saw people. They were clustering. They obviously cluster around the CVOs because something they can't afford, and then they cluster around that Sportster S.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Because it's new, it's different. It looks different than everything else that's
Yeah.
in there, but you can tell it's still a Harley, and it's a good look. But I absolutely would buy a bike that came with that engine in a more upright or even more sport-oriented platform. If you could get something like the ZRX, like that style riding position, a little bit more upright, slightly aggressive in the feet position, mid to...
You're going to ride a Pan America, sir. We'll get that situated. And you'll ride a Pan America. No, you're going to ride a Pan. You're going to be like, oh, this is what
Yeah,
we're talking about.
and you're probably right. But I'm saying like something like that, maybe not as big as the Pan though, something similar.
You should see what people are doing with Pan Americas.
Well, you showed me some of the pictures of what people have done.
Like, I'll show you pictures after this. But that being said, speaking of Pan America, so Sportster, Nightster, 975. Okay.
Correct.
Sportster S. Okay. We agree both of those are Sportsters, correct? We're on the same page?
Yeah.
Okay. Pan America. Is it a Sportster?
As we've discussed, yeah, it is.
So
It's a dirtster.
It's a Dirtster, yeah.
it's a what do they call it? A dirt bagger. Or
A dirt bagger.
dirty glide or something. Either way.
It's the America Twin.
So, no, here's why I say that. Okay. For some of the Pan America people, it would be like, it's not a Sportster. Dude, there's nothing wrong with a Sportster.
No, absolutely.
We've already established
As
that.
we just
Even the
proved.
older traditional Sportsters, there's nothing wrong with them. Which
After 2005.
which we have some other bikes we'll talk about here in a moment, and we'll definitely prove there's nothing wrong with the Sportster. But it's, for all of history, essentially, okay, with Harley, you had one of two factors that classed a motorcycle, okay? It was either your chassis or your engine.
Correct.
Okay. So, because you could have the same engine in a Softail as a bagger, but it was different chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Set up for two different purposes.
Right. But with Sportster, if it had the Sportster Evolution motor in it, it's a Sportster. It didn't matter what it was in.
Yeah.
That's where we're at with RevMax.
As of right now, today.
As of right now. But, on that same note, like I just said, the chassis that's on a Pan America and the chassis that's on a Sportster S and Nightster, they're all three different chassis.
Yeah.
So we just have to see what comes down the line, because if Harley decides to come out, if Harley decided to replace every Sportster they make with a RevMax series motor,
Yeah.
the Pan America is definitely a Sportster.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that would be a good move for Harley. putting this new engine.
I think, though, honestly, I do think it would hurt Pan America sales if they tagged the name Sportster on it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, it would, yeah.
Well, because and like we discussed in the previous podcast, the Sportster has a negative connotation as a girl's bike, which we both disproved.
Which is not.
Yeah.
Adamantly.
And once again, I want to say, Ben, it's not a girl's bike. If you want to buy one, by all means, go out and buy one.
Yeah. No, at 100%.
But if you're like, hey, I think I'm going to buy me an 883 Hugger and cruise the strip. Come on, Ben. Come on.
it's not a girl's bike, but we'll judge you.
We'll judge you if you're going to buy that to cruise the strip with, especially when you own a Road King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that Ducati.
Yeah.
I'd cruise the strip on that Ducati.
Yeah, but you can only cruise the strip on that Ducati if you have on like slacks with like a button up and a tie and
I feel like Ben can do
the
that.
leather fingerless gloves. No. You're thinking wrong. I'm talking about like driving gloves.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. But
I'm talking about like Gentleman Racer. You're picturing South Park. So now,
Michael Jackson.
that being said, the other, because there's so many different ones, and I'm not going to go into everything, but you can go to Stores, which is STORZ, and look at what they do with the Sportster. There's a couple companies that build complete rigid style frames that you do Sportster swaps with, and you can build these custom, whether it's old school style, skinny Frisco style choppers with a Sportster motor, or the new traditional ground pounding wide rear tire Sportster custom hardtail frame bikes. There's so much that you can do with a Sportster. But what enthralls me the most that people do with the Sportster is the scramblers. So there are so many different options. I don't know how much they see them in other parts of the country. We see them significantly here, and we definitely see them significantly at the dealership. I mean, we have two of them fairly regularly that are just sitting at the dealership. One of them actually belongs to Teresa.
Yep.
And one of them belongs to our operations manager.
When we went down to Panama in the spring, there was a guy. Remember, we saw him on the interstate, and then he came out to the restaurant we were at.
But the baddest one. What is he?
There's probably somebody walking the street.
Probably.
You ever try to break into my house? I have a big black dog. He's now going to go tell Stephanie that he saw somebody outside.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the baddest of the baddest, it's not even considered a scrambler of sense, it's called a dual sport, is Carducci Dual Sport. Yeah. This is C-A-R, I think it's C-A-R-D-U-C-C-I.
I think you're right.
Dual Sport. They're based somewhere out of the southwestern United States.
Man, that is a cool bike.
You take them a bike and it's between $75,000 to $125,000, which is so greatly overpriced.
Ooh. But it's all one-off type stuff.
It is the baddest Sportster ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever goes the streets.
I'm going to absolutely agree with that.
If you have money and you want something completely different, get a Carducci Dual Sport. I guarantee you it doesn't matter where you go. You pull in the parking lot of the snobbiest BMW motorcycle dealership in the world, and they're all going to be going, look at this thing. You take it down to Baja, Mexico, and they're going to think you're about to race. I mean, that bike will do anything and everything you want it to. And when I showed it to Lewis, he was like, but how does it do on the street? Well, the guy that owns Carducci has two of them, and one of them's fitted with just street tires, and that's all he does with it. Rides it on the street.
In all honesty, who cares? That is a great looking bike to begin with.
That is
awesome. Like we said,
it is wicked awesome.
$100,000. That's a pretty big
that's a pretty price tag.
Yeah.
So,
but
I think
when you're getting to one-off type builds,
I know. But here's the thing: it's one-off type builds, but I feel like it's still the same gas tank, same suspension, same. Like all the parts are the same. They're just making them one at a time.
But that leads into something that I wanted to say, and we were talking about Sportsters, and we didn't mention this in the previous podcast, but I want to mention it here. The fact that the Sportster of any generation is probably the most customizable Harley Davidson that exists.
Well, it's probably one of the
being able
most
to
widely customized.
But
Yeah.
easily, sorry, let me rephrase it. Easily customizable.
That's
But I mean,
subjective to what
you
you're trying
can't
to
make
do.
your bike off-road oriented. It would take a lot more work to make your bike do something like that than it would be a Sportster.
Yeah, but you're going to take a lot more work to make a Sportster touring bike.
Look at Dave.
Dave is 5'5", weighs like 135 pounds, and still sometimes wishes he had a touring bike.
But I'm saying it's one of those bikes that you could make it pretty much do anything that you wanted to. Now, it's not going to be the best of anything that you wanted it to do, but you could make it do any of those things.
I still stand by the way I say it. It's the most versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say customizable. I wouldn't use the word customizable. Because customize is subjective to individual opinion.
True.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you that.
That's true.
I will give you that.
Because if you were to say customize,
I think we're talking the same thing here.
yeah,
You're
I just
just
wouldn't use
using
the word.
different
I just wouldn't
terminology.
use the word customize.
This is cruiser versus touring.
I know,
Yeah.
but the reason I say that is because when you say customize to me, the first thing that pops up is, is the aftermarket accessories, do they make more aftermarket accessories for that motorcycle than they do any other motorcycle? That's when you say customize, that's,
what
the
I
first thing
think,
that comes
Yeah,
to my mind.
and I get that.
Yeah.
I think of any change from stock, and the most likely to be changed from stock to a different style of bike is going to be a Sportster.
Well, that's why I said the variation.
Yeah, yeah.
It has the widest variation of what you can do with it.
Correct.
Yeah.
I will 100% agree with that.
Okay, and that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
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 So we're on the same. We're on the same page. We're just arguing about semantics and terminology.
Yeah, but I think most people are going to be on the same page that I am with the word customize.
And that is your people's choice.
Well, it's not our fault you're wrong, Daniel. Anyways,
Jeez.
You keep your Harley life over there.
so the Carducci Dual Sport, okay? There is no reason why, and I'm not saying they have to go to a major mass production, but there is no reason they can't, the swing arm setup,
Yeah.
start producing more of that. The gas tank, start producing more of that. I feel like if that was a situation, even at 20 grand,
They would sell them like hotcakes. They'd be gone.
they
Yeah.
would still make money.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because the thing is like, when you're getting it from Carducci, they're like, oh, well, then we have this shock from Olin's. You mean the shock that I can order
Yeah.
myself? And some people might not want Olin's. They might want other brands because there are other manufacturers that make shocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's crazy theory.
Don't put that out in the world.
And when they sit here and go, well, we have a fully custom inverted front suspension.
You mean off of any sport bike that you could have just grabbed from?
No, they have a revalved KTM. What is it?
Yeah, it was the 950 or
No, the
990.
It's the 590
The 590
Enduro.
Adventure. Yeah.
Like that's
Well, they had to, if they bought it new from KTM, it's like $35,000.
so, but
It costs more than the bike.
I'm like sitting here going, the swing arm can't be that much money. Rear suspension, even if it was outrageous, even if they said, oh, it's $2,000 for that rear suspension, even if I had to go to KTM
yeah.
to buy the other components, like I feel like I could do that.
Yeah, for a significantly cheaper price.
I feel like I could do it all for $15,000.
Yeah. And most likely you probably could.
What they need to do is Carducci, if you listen to this, I feel like you need to get a little bit more mass production of the components and sell them. Because you have all these people that are doing that. I mean, they're racing these Sportsters. The Mint 400 literally has a Sportster class. You're going to have people buying your swing arms left and right. I mean, if there's some other crazy technology that's going in somewhere that you're not talking about, because trust me, I've watched every single one of the YouTube videos. I have combed through the website. I have went through multiple articles on this thing. The Carducci Dual Sport is nothing new to me. I've been seeing it for well over a year, probably closer to 2 years now. Actually, first time I saw it was before I ever went to work for the Harley dealership.
Yeah.
So if there's underlying stuff, you're not talking about it. And that's probably why it's not as big as what it could be.
I agree.
So
because up until you
Look
shared
'em up.
until you shared it with me, I had never seen it
Yeah.
before. So that,
But
but when I saw it, I'm like, damn, that is a good looking bike.
Heck yeah, it is.
That is cool. And it's amazing what somebody can do with a bike like that. If you look at where they started with it and then where they ended up, that's not the same bike. But
Well, the guy that designed it, like, that's what he does. Like, he's like an engineer and stuff like that and design stuff. If you're going to sit here and go, well, it's because of the research and development. I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like a jerk, but you ain't got that much in research and development in that thing.
That's already been done for other...
CAD can do so much these days to where you don't have to build something and put it on a bike and test to see if it works.
Yeah.
CAD can simulate that stuff.
I agree.
And the thing is, like, I know someone that I could go to and they could build that swing arm in CAD and build the swing arm for the Sportster. Like, I personally know I could call him as soon as this podcast is over and go, hey, let's start getting things worked out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe that's what I do. I'm not going to start a company selling those components because I don't want to step on Carducci's toes, and I think that they have a great product and a kick-ass name to go with it. I think they need to push it more.
I agree, and they would absolutely sell out.
Yeah, it's not dude. If anybody that even tied in, it's not even a $50,000. I could get it if you were like, hey, it's 25 grand or 30 grand. If you said it's $30,000 for a Carducci Dual Sport, that includes the motorcycle. You can just come to us and buy one. Cool, because I could probably buy. You're probably selling me a brand new 0-mile Sportster.
Yeah.
On top of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think 30 to... I'd even go up to 40 if you're including the price of a brand new bike.
I wouldn't. You have to be competitive in the market, man. Because otherwise, do you know how much people are building the scramblers for?
75 cents and a hammer and a chisel in their shed.
You're pretty freaking close, dude.
Close, yeah.
Yeah.
There was another company out this way that was selling a scrambler kit. You bought all their stuff, okay, to put on your 04 Plus Sportster.
Yeah.
Which is $4,500 in parts.
Makes sense.
Okay. That's where where I talked to you about you could build a scrambler for $7,500. Have something bad like Teresa's bike at $7,500.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And that's a badass bike.
Yeah.
For $7,500, you're not going to find anything better that does the exact same thing. And
that's why I said the Carducci,
yeah,
even at 40 grand, is a no.
Yeah.
30 grand is really pushing it. And at 30 grand, I better not be sourcing motorcycle. You better be sourcing the motorcycle.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
20 grand, and I have to supply the bike.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. But so, going back to the Sportster S, I have a question for you talking about the RevMax engine.
Okay.
Do you think that engine is ever going to get disseminated through other Harley models? Getting into the baggers, getting into the touring bikes? Because, you have the M8.
Can you elaborate?
Do you think they're going to replace the M8 with the RevMax engine in some of the other standard Harley models?
No.
So you think they're going to have two lines of engines?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just curious. You see these bikes every day. You see what they bring into the dealership. You're in all the motor companies.
So I can very simply. Well, no, I mean we don't see. We don't know any of that stuff.
But
it's all my opinion on that.
But I mean, you get some information more so than the regular person.
No,
really,
dude. The El Diablo got released to the public same time it got released to the dealers.
Yeah.
They don't tell us anything.
So everybody's in the dark.
Everybody's in the dark. The motor company's the only people that know what's going on. That's like the 975 Pan America.
Yeah.
The only reason anybody knows anything about the 975 Pan America is because there was a press release that came out talking about accessories, and on that list said 975S, but it said RA 975S. RA meaning Pan America.
Yeah.
So people went, wait, RA 975 would be a Pan America 975. That's the only reason anybody even knows anything. Outside of that, dude, I've talked to people close to the motor company, and they're like, I don't know. I know as much as you know. It's literally like, I guarantee you, unless it's currently in production, there's probably less than 50 people at the motor company that know about certain models that are coming. And depending on how far out the model is, like if they're going to build a Bronx or not, right now, there might be only 5 people that actually know the answer to that.
Well, and that's the thing, too. A lot of people go in and look at the new company's registration. So they register every new vehicle with
their patents.
Their patents.
So we knew about the RevMax stuff.
Yeah.
Slightly before they released the RevMax because someone found a liquid cooled patent filed by Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
So, and the same thing happened with Honda before they brought out the Talon.
Correct.
Someone had found a patent for long travel suspension and everything on a side by side, filed by Honda's parent company and everything. Which I know everybody's like, that's Honda. It is. They don't file stuff under Honda Motor Corporation.
No.
So, yes. But, like, we haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
So, and I think the way that they're doing it here lately is it's like they know so well how that stuff works that they might have the bike and then they'll file the patent and they're like, okay, so as soon the patent will not, you can't see the patent until the patent is approved.
Yeah.
Then the patent is seen publicly once it's approved. And that's for patent filing rights and all this other stuff, legal stuff. So once that patent goes, green light, Harley's also going, here it is!
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
And you know what? You're probably right.
So it doesn't matter.
They're trying to keep everything close to the
But here's why I say no. Do I ever think that we could be talking about a liquid-cooled overhead cam Harley-Davidson bagger or something like that? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But currently, Harley-Davidson really only makes 3 motorcycles. Okay. They do currently, still to this day, make a traditional Sportster.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That, in my opinion, Harley has never stated this, that will eventually all be gone. Those will all be replaced by RevMax.
Yeah.
I said it when they first brought out the Pan America and when they teased the Sportster S. I said it on the podcast then.
Yep.
I've said it on social media posts. I've stated to people that when people said, well, when are we going to see, because they brought out the new Softail, and at that time they were still teasing the Sportster S and the Pan America and the Bronx and all this other stuff, and people kept going, well, when are we going to see a revamp of the Sportster? And I go, that is it. That RevMax is it.
Yeah.
And then they brought out the RevMax, and they only did a couple things, and people went, well, that's not really a Sportster replacement. Then they drop the Nightster. They get rid of some other Sportster models. Right now in traditional Sportster, there's only 3 models. Dude, either last year or year before that, they had like 7 different models you could choose from. So things are changing. The RevMax will completely replace the entire Sportster line. That is my firm belief. I still stand beside that. Now, you would have to go through extreme, extensive research to put that
I found this on the web.
across other platforms. So you would end up seeing like Softail, handful of Softails, and it would be a trickle effect. I guarantee you, if they do a full line, end up replacing the Sportster completely, it's still going to be 24 or 25 before you ever see that happen.
Yeah.
Okay, and more like 25. Could even be further than that.
You know, they've got to do it in stages.
And after they do that, you would probably be another 4 or 5 years until you saw them doing something with a Softail. But the thing is Harley Davidson will usually run a big twin engine between 17 to 22 years, something in that range. The Milwaukee 8, in its current fashion, I say current fashion because there is room for improvement on that engine.
Yeah.
Just came out in 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's relatively young in the Harley engine diagram.
So if we went on the average age, we got another 15 years with the Milwaukee 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess, my thought is, couldn't we see a Rev Max that's 1,500 cc's?
I think you could see a bigger displacement rev.
And that's...
But that's the thing I stated already. I would like to see a bigger displacement Rev Max.
Yeah.
But I don't think you'd be talking about something that is designed to, like how the Rev Max Sportster S and Nightster are designed to eventually replace the traditional Sportster line. I don't think if you saw a 1,500 Rev Max touring bike, it would be designed to replace the Street Glide or the Road Glide or something. It would just be in addition to.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
For a while until it does replace.
It would be completely different. What you saw at the start,
Yeah.
the first one, it would literally be generations down the road.
So you're thinking that the Rev Max engine is going to disseminate upwards at in parallel and upwards.
I kind of wish he would chill. So, no, I think you're still. Rev Max is a name.
Yeah.
You do understand that, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So to say, well, eventually they'll put the Rev Max, they'll make it bigger and could eventually replace the other engines and stuff. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think Rev Max. I do think the first thing you would see that would happen with the traditional V-twin that Harley uses
Liquid cooling.
is liquid cooling.
Like everybody's been using since the 80s.
Dude, but you're talking about look at your bikes. It gives you one less thing to worry about.
Oh, no, I completely agree with that.
Right. So, liquid cooling
Yeah.
would be one of the first things you'd see. But then I think you would start to see other small changes. Now, to get into stuff like overhead valves and all that other stuff, we could see overhead valves in the next generation of big twin motor from Harley Davidson. I don't know. 15 years down the road from now, I guarantee you right now, there's probably like two buddies that work for Harley Davidson in their basement dreaming about what's going to be happening from 15 years from now, and those are the only two guys that know.
Yeah, and you're probably right.
So, because literally, I guarantee you in 2015, there was probably people, not with the motor company, but people that were out and about like us that went, we've had the twin cam for so long.
Yeah.
There's going to be a new version of it coming out. Yeah. What is it going to be? I think realistically with the Milwaukee 8, your next step would be liquid cooling.
Mm-hmm. So, I do agree with that. And I think that's a logical next step.
But if you
a modern
if you went on their cycle, what comes after liquid cooling is almost 30 years down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30, 40 years down the road.
Yeah.
And at my current age, I'll be like 130.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're
so,
there to begin.
So it's not that it's realistically for us and anybody listening to this podcast, that is
so far down the road it doesn't matter.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just it just seems like I like the way the engine performs. I like what it does. I like how it is compared to the other M8s that I've ridden and the twin cams, I would like to see that used more. But that's me coming from an outside perspective.
But you've only rode the Sportster S.
With the new engine, correct? Yes. But
That's what I'm talking
I like the potential of that engine.
Right, but you've only rode the Sportster S.
That is correct.
So.
And I like that engine more than every other Harley I've ridden.
I get it. But what I'm saying is you've also only rode the Sportster S. You really need to ride the Pan America.
And
because
we didn't obviously do that.
It's almost like, you know, never owning a BMW. You go on vacation somewhere, you rent a BMW M Series.
Yeah.
And you drive it, and then you turn it back in, and you come home and you go, you know, that BMW was badass. I think I'm going to buy me a BMW. And then you realize that not every BMW is an M Series. So
I can understand the sentiment. For
you're riding a pinnacle point when you're riding that Sportster S. Because like I said, the Pan America on paper has more power. The Sportster S is still faster than the Pan America. Mm. So you really, that's what I'm saying. You really need to ride the Pan America. I'm not saying before you form your opinion on that motor.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you're riding a pinnacle point. Yeah. You've essentially, what you've done is went out and rode a Ducati Panigale and went...
I'm not going to go that high on it.
But I'm saying, you rode a Panigale...
Let's be a little bit more realistic.
And you're going, well, if the other Ducatis aren't on the same plane as the Panigale, I don't want a Ducati.
What? Yeah, and I get what you're saying, but I guess the way that I view the Sportster S is like, this is bringing it to market, and it's only going to get better. They're not going to make it worse. I'd hope not.
No, they'll make it better, but quite honestly...
They're going to decrease the horsepower.
No.
Well, they did with the 975. It's just a sleeve 1250 motor.
Yeah, but it's also a smaller displacement.
It's a sleeve 1250. But they're bringing it out in smaller displacements. That's
yeah. That's not what I was going to go to. No. What they need to do is focus on making the engine itself better, because it's still a new engine.
Correct.
There are issues. There are still bugs that happen with those things.
Yeah.
Well, there always is with new anything that's
I'm
new.
not going to get too far into detail, but this is
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Let's play a game. Trust me. Let's just play the game.
Play a game. Shake.
All right.
Heather, that's a pretty interesting T-shirt you have on. What kind of T-shirt is that?
Oh, it's my club style TN.
Club Style TN.
I've never heard of that. Please tell me more.
What is Club Style TN?
Well, it's an Instagram page.
Oh. What is Instagram?
The Instas.
What's YouTube?
What's YouTube?
Ooh.
What the?
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know about this.
Holy cow. 3 Harleys.
Oh.
I feel like 2 of these are the same. I feel like I got shafted a little bit on this
shafted.
I've got 3 Harleys.
Heather, are you ready to go?
No, I'm not. I am not.
Daniel.
All right. I have the Honda Silverwing.
Okay.
I have the Purple Rain bike,
Okay.
which is a Honda Silverwing.
Well, no, it is different. It's a 400.
Well, no, it was a 500.
I think it's 400.
Pretty sure it was a 500.
We can call Aaron and ask him.
Yeah.
He's seen them in person.
And then a FXR.
Mm.
So how are those 3 the same?
Well, the Silverwing and the Purple Rain bike.
Oh. Could be a scooter.
Don't be a scooter.
I'm going to sell the Silverwing, and I'm just going to ride the Purple Rain bike.
Okay.
And then the FXR, I'm going to claim that it's the best motorcycle that has ever been made by anybody, and spend about $20,000, $30,000 making it adequate.
And then you know what you will have?
What will I have, Marcus?
A $5,000 bike with $30,000 in parts.
That is correct.
And then I'm going to take my 3.
Okay.
Which is a M8 Softail, a Panhead, and a Street Glide. Let's go down this road. I'm actually going to sell a Street Glide.
Okay.
I have one.
Yeah.
I like it. If I was doing something right now at this very moment, I'd like to do something a little different. I'm just going to ride the paint head. I would love to have an all original
absolutely.
paint head. I'm going to customize that M8 Softail to be full club style, because in the world of your FXR and your $30,000 you're going to put into that bike to make it the biggest and best FXR that you're going to claim that it is, it will still not be a new M8 Softail.
Yeah.
I have no problem with people having an FXR and putting $30,000 into it.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. Okay? I think an FXR is cool. I think dynos are cool. I think pretty much all Harleys except for a V-Rod are cool. But don't tell me that your FXR rides so much better than an M8 Softail. Because I've rode an FXR.
Yeah.
And I rode a dyno.
Yeah.
And I rode an M8 Softail. I have my own personal opinion. If you think your FXR rides better, okay, that's fine. But I know a lot of people that have made that statement that also never rode an M8 Softail.
And you're right about the Purple Rain bike. It was a 400.
Is that a CX 400 or a CM?
CM.
Okay. Heather, what you got?
Okay. So I have an XR 1200.
I only know that because of Aaron.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I
that's
could have
true.
sworn it was a 500, like
Yeah.
the Silver Wing.
No, Aaron's a huge,
Honda guy.
no, well, yes. But
He's a huge
he's a Prince
Prince.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's actually, so the bikes, I think there was 2 or 3 of them, were built by a Honda dealer
Yeah.
up in Minneapolis
Mm-hmm.
for the movie.
Yeah.
Those bikes are sitting at that dealer. Aaron has seen the bikes. in person.
Gotcha.
So
They were all Honda-matics, too. They were all automatics.
because Prince couldn't reach the clutch.
Oh, my.
Heather,
So I have an XR 1200,
never heard of her.
a Panigale V4.
That is something. I'm not sure. I gotta remember what that is.
And a...
Ducati.
Is that a Honda-matic?
Yeah, that's a Honda-matic, too.
Okay.
That's automatic. And a Virago.
Oh. I hope I know which one you're selling.
I hope I know which one you're selling to.
I'm selling the Virago.
Good choice.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was the best
Yeah.
choice you could make.
Yeah. I might kill myself, but I'm just going to ride that Panigale.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to customize that XR.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
Which, mind you, is a Spertster.
A Spertster.
What?
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.